Hello everybody, Matthew Elvis here. In today's video we are doing part 3 of my Elvis collection. This is not like the stamps, this is not the postcards or the stamps, this is my Elvis book collection. This is where I collect books of Elvis. If it's just a picture of Elvis on it, I gotta collect it if it's on a book. So I want to say thank you for the 26 subscribers so far. Thank you. I want to keep punching it up to the roof of more subscribers on it. My goal is to get to 50 and to 100. That is my goal. Sometimes I'm not going to be I won't be making a lot of videos a lot because of my life and me going to college. With that and then family stuff. My life is in a tight space sometimes, and sometimes I don't get the free time to do this. So like I said, I'm a kid that goes to college. I have a lot of things in my life, so sometimes I gotta find time to do these videos. Sometimes I might start making videos and I might not post them on the day that I make them. So let's get started. So the first book we will be starting is this TV guide. It's nothing special. It's just a picture of Elvis. I've seen it in an antique store, so I know it doesn't have anything much of Elvis on it on this book. Just got a picture of Elvis. That's basically it. I don't think. No, nothing special. It just had a picture of Elvis on it. Really cool. I wanted to get it because it's Elvis, and it would tell the year, what year this thing was, wherever book guides were in. I'll show you what it all looks like. It's an old TV guide. Yeah, I thought it would have more Elvis pictures in it, but oh wait, Happy Days. So this is 1981. So this is a 1981 TV guide. It's got a picture of Elvis on it. Elvis would probably still be remembered after his death. I bet you they would have continued putting pictures of him on stuff. I love it. It's a great TV guide, but I don't watch it. Yeah, I watch TV, but it's just a TV guide. My next book is Presley, Entertainer of the Country. It's this small book. It's about Elvis Presley. My friend gave me a couple of books that I have in my collection from his job. He works at a thrift store, and someone was donating these, but they couldn't sell them because apparently they were damaged, so they were about to throw them away. So my friend got these before they were thrown out and gave me them for free. And it's got like pictures of Elvis, good looking photos. It's a great book. I haven't read them, so read these books yet. I might start reading them, but it's a great book. This next book is Elvis. It's just called Elvis, and it's a little flip magazine book, kind of. And I think, review of California Holiday. So, pictures of him in probably pictures of him in his movies, like Kissing Cousins. Great movie. What is this book on? It just got pictures of a lot of great pictures of his movies and all that. It's a great book. I don't know where else to find this, but they were apparently about to throw this out. I don't know. I don't see it being damaged. It's great condition. Let's see. This next book, it is called The Shocking Bestseller Elvis. It's this book. I haven't read it, so I don't know about it. Like I said, it's got more pictures of Elvis in it. It's great. It's a big book. I haven't read it, but I know I said that twice, but I gotta. Sometimes I have to say things twice so I don't forget. But I haven't read it. These are books I'm gonna plan on reading, the ones I'm showing. My next one is this Life magazine, The King Forever, plus Lisa Marie Presley, 1968 to 2003. Rest in peace. And the movie and its star. So basically, books about Elvis, about him going to the army, his startings, and his death and all that, and his Hollywood stuff. It's got great pictures, like his movies, all his movies. The movies I've seen, I'll read them in this book. The movies I've seen is Jailhouse Rock, Happiness at the World's Fair, Trouble with Girls. Wait, not Trouble with Girls yet. I don't think I have seen that one. That's another one I gotta see. King Creole. I've seen G.I. Blues. Girls, Girls, Girls. What else I've seen? Viva Las Vegas. I've seen Spin Out. Loving You. I've seen Change of Habit. Blue Hawaii. Easy Come, Easy Go. Fun in a Clapto. I think Girls Happy I've seen. And I think that's it, as I can remember. It's got great pictures. More pictures of him in Graceland. The comeback special. Elvis in his jumpsuits. And just a single picture of Austin Butler, I think. Yeah, just a single picture of Austin Butler. Great role. People are saying that the other guy in the Priscilla movie was great, but I think they were both great. But I think Austin Butler did kick it off, because he did his own singing in the 50s era of Elvis in the movie. He did his own singing. But when they did the 68 comeback special in the 70s, they mixed his voice with Elvis. So I think that was quite genius. And there's like a lot of great pictures in this book. And there's like more books of these with the same pictures. I don't know. Well, yeah, I do know. There's more life books that are basically the same, but just they were sold in different years. I want to collect. The next book is, there's one Elvis book. It's in cursive. Sometimes I can't read cursive. And it's got basically pictures of him, of his life, in black and white. It goes all the way through all his movies, the 68 comeback special, through his Vegas years, all the way through his good old jumpsuit years, and then all the way to his timely death. Great book, a lot of great pictures, and a lot of information in this book. I learned a lot. I like to learn a lot in that book. My next book is the same book, but it's smaller. My friend, it's the same book as my other smaller books I've gotten. Not the TV guide, but the other 3 smaller books I've shown. Those were from my friend's work that they were going to throw out because they weren't in great condition. So, but it's the same book, but smaller. It's got all the same pictures. It's a great book. I'll learn a lot from it. My next one is A Tribute to Elvis 20th Anniversary Special. It's a magazine. I got this at an antique store on my birthday, my 19th birthday. Soon, today is March. We're in March now. It's my birthday month. The 25th. Can't wait. That is my birthday month. My birthday day. Hopefully I get more Elvis stuff so I can show more in the videos. But yeah, great pictures of Elvis. A lot of people say that when fans get Elvis stuff, they just cut them out. I don't know. I'm not like that. I don't know. Find pictures of him at antique stores. So yeah. There's pictures of him at Graceland. Basically a anniversary book just showing the memory of the great legend that ever lived. Yes, Elvis will be the most famous person on the planet that made great to the music and all that. And I'm hearing all the news about people beating his record and all that. I'm like, in my opinion, if you're beating someone's record, you're not gonna be that person of how well they've accomplished in the music business, like Elvis. No one cannot beat him. Like, I see celebrities saying that they beat someone's record. For example, Taylor Swift. I'm not a Taylor Swift person. I'm really not. Like, I don't have nothing to be mean. But I'm hearing all over the internet about her beating Elvis's record, beating Michael Jackson's record. Like, I'm like, there's no point of, there's no way how celebrities are beating the great legends of music's records. Like, you can't beat Elvis's record because Elvis started at Sun Records, and he basically did it because of his voice and his heart. And he went to the army, and then he did a comeback special. Like, these are the things that people. These are what people basically can't do. Well, they can do, but they're not basically. They didn't have the stuff that Elvis had. Elvis had heart, and he put great emphasis. I don't know how to spell it. More, I'm trying to say is he put good passion in his music. Through the gospels, for the rock and roll, the country, gospel, rhythm and blues. He did his ethics. And he did it all in heart. Some people just be like, eh. And then you just got all the other singers that are doing naughty songs. I don't like. I'm just more into the old music. I'm not into this generation music. I was born to like old music. That's what they say. But as my next book, this is one of my greatest books. This is where my sister got at a garage sale. It's Elvis Treasures. I'm actually going to be showing a lot in this book, in this video, because I just saved this book for last. It's a great book. If anybody has this book, you all know why. This is a great book. It's from Graceland, it says. I think this book's from Graceland, I think. Well, you can get this, I think, in Graceland, I think. I don't know, but I would say where you can get this from. I don't know, but it says Graceland on it somewhere. But this is like the treasure stuff. You get an audio CD to listen to it. It starts off with his life. It starts off with Rising Sun, Sun Records, RCA, The Big Time, Love Me Tender, GI Blues, Follow That Dream, How Great Thou Art, At Home with Priscilla and Friends, 68 Comeback Special, Elvis in Memphis, Elvis in Vegas, Aloha from Hawaii, and Legacy. This book has basically replica stuff. So this is Elvis signed out a book, and this is like a replica library card that he would have signed. Let's see if we could find his name. This is probably all in cursives. I don't know. Sometimes I can't read cursive. It's like hard. Sometimes it gets hard. Oh shoot. The book just opened. And then you got your Oh, don't wreck this. This High presents Auditorium. It's got these replica things. Let's see, what do we find? Electric guitar. Oh, well, here. Elvis Presley, guitarist. I think this was a talent show, because I know he did a talent show in his high school. Because if you watch the Kurt Russell's Elvis, it shows him in the talent show in his high school. For, as I say, in Kurt Russell's Elvis, I think they did a great job. And it's really lucky that he got to be in an Elvis film that happened at the World's Fair when he kicked him in the shin. That is the best thing I've ever seen. Now we're in the page. Now we get like Sun Records. I'm gonna like skip ahead on a lot of things. Like you get good old replica pictures. Like it's a great book to get. I think in my opinion, there is one book left. I shouldn't say opinion, but I think at the top of my head that there is one more book left on Amazon. This is the little Louisiana Hayride little booklet. Tells you the stars who's performing, like Elvis Presley. A lot of places, and you got like replica signatures in the backs. Great replica stuff. And is that it? Oh, you get like, I don't know what this is, but it's a little card. But the best thing is about this book, I know the video's probably going to be long, but I don't want it to be long. But the best thing about these is, if I can get this open, there's like these replica checks and bills and these replica like letters. You get these like replica letters of what was all said behind all of Elvis's life. You basically got behind the scenes of what was written in letters and all of that. Basically behind the scenes of Elvis's rock and roll life. Next one is, what is this? Radio. It's like, dear Mr. Presley, I am sure you will be glad to know that I have scheduled the release of Heartbreak Hotel. I was the one to go on sale. Started about January 30th. The record numbers are 20/47. For the 78 to 45, basically it's like letters that they would send to Elvis, and Elvis would basically send to them. It's all replica stuff, and you basically get little replica posters. I don't know about these posters. Like, I don't know if I want to put them in frames, but you got like King Creole, great movie, black and white, great movie. And then you got the famous song that people will know from Full House, Jailhouse Rock. For Aunt Becky and Jesse's wedding, when they were singing Jailhouse Rock slowly. And then they started just singing it rock and roll. It's great. That's how I got into Elvis, is from Full House and just looking up Elvis. It's great. The next, that was Love Me Tender, this page that we were just looking at. This is more movies. Now, this is G.I. Blues. I think this is, I don't know. This is a Happy Holidays to All from Elvis and the Colonel. It's like a Christmas card, I think, or if anybody can correct me on this, if this is like a Christmas card or a postcard. I think it's a Christmas card. But if anybody can correct me on that. Like, I don't mind, like, I love all the information people are giving me. Like that. It makes me learn more a lot. Really great. The next is like Mr. Vernon Presley, Parks Hotel in Germany. This big, I wish you could just rip this out. But he basically got Thomas A. Parker on here on Jan the 9th, 1959, basically saying that just stuff, it's just letters that were sent from, I think, the Colonel. And wait, this probably was from the Colonel. You got more letters. I think this is from, I don't know who, but this is all in cursive. This is the thing what's my favorite about this book. It's all this history that I can learn. Well, that everybody can learn if they have this book. Like, you get replica letters. Go behind closed doors, seeing what Elvis did in his army life and what these messages were sent, and all the letters he sent, or his father sent, or what was sent from the Colonel. Because everybody didn't, well, I wasn't born until 2004, so I never knew who Elvis was then, until my grade 12 year in high school in 2022, I'm guessing. Like, this is Frank Sinatra show, when he did this show thing, where Elvis and Frank Sinatra were on a show together. Him and Frank Sinatra, I heard that they were like great friends. Like, they were like great friends. John Stamos has, I think it was Frank Sinatra's phone book. Now we're in blue Hawaii. We're basically all in. Oh, now we're in Viva Las Vegas. I'm guessing this is a poster? Yep, a little poster of him and Aunt Margaret. Where Priscilla did not like. If you know about the history about Elvis and Aunt Margaret's, how do you say it? Fling. Basically, their little secret relations with each other behind the scenes. Priscilla never liked it, because I think if anybody, spoilers ahead, if anybody's seen the Priscilla movie, you'll know what I'm talking about, how she found a love letter from Aunt Margaret to Elvis. This next one is the karate stuff. Basically, if I can lift this has got like notes and stuff, I think, about karate and all that. This one is At Home with Priscilla and Friends. So you got basically football sketches. Because Elvis loved to play football. Instead of him being a singer, he could have been a football player. Elvis Presley caught the ball. Touchdown. Not bad if he ever became a football player than a singer. But then we wouldn't get all the we wouldn't see the jumpsuits and the cars and the Golden Lame suit and all the special stuff he wore. We wouldn't be able to see that because he would be playing as a football player. Now we're at 68 comeback special. We got like, yikes. We got like replica tickets to the show, to the 68 comeback special show. In color, children under 12 will not be admitted. So betcha children that were 12 years old probably couldn't come. Because probably there was a lot of, I don't know if Elvis sweared a lot. Like, I want to know more about Elvis's history. This is why I want to do these videos, so I can talk about the man. He inspired me. There's a lot of reasons there's a lot of ways how he inspired me. We got, this next book is an RCA letter. I'll show it. We got like RCA letters. Says, tall, handsome, and gifted singer, actor, performer will make his first appearance before a live audience in more than a decade when he stepped onto the stage of the new International Hotel in Las Vegas. His name is Elvis Presley, and because of they're writing letters saying that he's gonna be performing for the first time in Vegas at the new Hotel International, and I think it's called the Westgate now. And like there's a lot of great things that he did on that stage. Like the stage is still there, but they've basically upgraded it. His spot where you stand is still there. They marked it. I like how people do this for history. They mark out where these iconic figures would be. For Elvis, when he goes on stage, before he walks out on stage, when he stops, you mark out where he standing. I like that. It's like when you step in that spot, knowing that there's a celebrity there, you can picture you going back in time to the day that, for example, if you're at the International Hotel, I think it's called the Westgate now, if you went on to the stage and went into the spot where Elvis stood, I bet you, if you standing there for a couple of minutes or for a while, you would basically go back. You would be picturing yourself going back in time. Picturing, like you're going to picture something. Like you're picturing yourself going back in time the day that Elvis performed at that hotel. And you're standing in the spot and you see like a little ghost shadow or basically like you're imagining everything that's happening right before your eyes, but it's not actually happening. Just picture him standing there doing what he's doing, and you just watch him walk on stage. That's the best thing I've ever seen. Even for like YouTubers that are going to that hotel to film stuff because of Elvis. It's just the best thing I've ever seen on these. And in this book is Elvis in Vegas, where these little calendars of 1972. And it continues all and all for these, but Elvis has a lot of secrets to hold, and I like to know more. This is Elvis, more Elvis stuff. This is a postcard, a replica postcard. Yeah, this is a replica postcard. If this was original, I would be going insane if it was original, but no. This is like original postcard of the International Hotel, Las Vegas, Nevada. And then you got this little bill or whatever it's called. But it's really cool how people like do these books with treasures. That's what makes it really cool. But I know it's not like real artifacts. It's just replica stuff. But it's amazing. Next we got the Aloha from Hawaii. Here's a replica of the Aloha from Hawaii ticket to the show. Yep. Sunday morning, January 14th, 1973 at 1 a.m. at the Honolulu International Center area. Because I think he did the rehearsal show and then the actual show. I don't know, did he do more than 2 shows? Or if anybody knows, I would like to know. And then you got this Vernon Presley, Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. Oh, this is, I think, was, what was this? The Hawaii show. This is basically a list of the costume of the white jumpsuit with the cape and all that famous Aloha from Hawaii jumpsuit cost at that much money. If you're looking at it right, it cost that much money. Costume, white jumpsuit, cape. Oh, I think did he not have two Aloha from Hawaii jumpsuits? If anybody knows if he had one or two, because I know he had two capes. One was for the actual show, and then one was the rehearsal. Because I look at the BNK jumpsuit website on the internet, they made the rehearsal cape, and then they had the actual show cape. And two capes, they were differently designed. But they were like designed the same, but the patterns were different. Now it makes it easier to tell. But I know Elvis had 3 belts. He gave 2 belts away. The one belt he threw it in the crowd in the Aloha from the Hawaii concert. And then the other one was, I think, given in Las Vegas, because I think he wore that jumpsuit in Vegas. If anybody knows more about this information, please comment, share with me, because I like to know these things. To Elvis fans, to Elvis fans, I like to know more about the history. Like, I know he had 3 belts, 2 he wore, 1 he didn't, I know for sure. And then he had 2 capes, 1 was for a rehearsal, and then 1 was for the actual show that he tossed it in after singing I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And the list goes on and on about the history about the cape. Peacefully, the cape returned back to its home in Graceland with the jumpsuit reunited together. And it's just amazing. This is now hit the sadness of his passing right here. This is, I think, Tennessee, Elvis Presley Boulevard. Oh, this is like his wallet. So you basically got like his important stuff. Just showing you all this. Basically, we're in his wallet, seeing all the information stuff he had. These are replicas. Wouldn't be able to see his real stuff. But yeah, this video I'm just saying more information than showing the collection. But for this last book that I was showing you, I just wanted to show you all the great stuff for people who haven't seen this book. Because I know there's a lot of the people that have the book. There's a lot to see in this book. This next one, I think this is our last one. Yeah, this is our last treasure of the book. These are telegrams from famous celebrities. This is from... Oh, who is this from? Governor George. This next one is from... I don't know who's this one. This is from June and Johnny Cash. Sorry if I got that name mixed up. It says, Dear Mr. Presley, our hearts and prayers are with you. We share your grief. God bless you. And then this is from, I don't know who this one's from. Some people I cannot pronounce their name. This is from Little Richard. And if this message is sent with sorrow, the shock I feel at the sad news, may God bless you and keep you in his loving care, Little Richard. I don't know this one, and this is B.B. King, Elvis's, I think, idols. I think Elvis looked up to B.B. King as an idol for him. It says, my deep regrets at your loss, my sadness at the loss of one of the world's greatest musicians and human something. Sorry, don't know the word. B.B. King. King of Blues. So these are like telegrams that celebrities sent to to Mr. Presley, well, Vernon Presley. So, yeah, these were telegrams that were sent about how sorry they were when they heard the sad news. I think it was sad. I think it was sad to all the fans that heard that Elvis died. Like, he died really too soon. I don't think he should have died at 40. It was sad. In his 40s, he it's just sad. I think, in my opinion, I think there was a thing called the family curse, the Presley curse. Because Gladys died at a very young age. Well, in her 20s. Through, I think, a heart attack or something, if anybody knows more. Elvis died from a heart attack. People say that Vernon Presley died from a heart attack, but other people are saying he died from a broken heart. And then now, Lisa Marie died from cardiac arrest. Her son, Benjamin, died from suicide. In my case, I think it's like a family curse. But, I don't know. But this book is a great book. It's got all the treasures and stuff that you basically can carry through with you. Oh, show that in more. But yeah, this book's got all the great treasure and everything. I recommend people, if you ever find this on Amazon, eBay, this is a great book to get. After this long video, I want to say thank you for watching. There's a lot of questions I want to, like, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about Elvis, but I don't know, how would you guys feel if I did a collection and then talk more about Elvis? What do you guys think? Please put your messages in the comments, share them to your friends who are Elvis fans. Basically, share it to people that you know that are Elvis fans that would want to see this collection. I know other people are probably doing Elvis collection videos too. But I do mine with my heart. And this is technically my first collection video than my other two that I'm adding information about Elvis. But thank God it's the Elvis Treasure book that we were just looking at. Basically, let me answer to all the questions. But yeah, I want to hear your guys' first ever I want to hear your guys' stuff about how you guys got into Elvis and what he made you guys change your lives. What made you change your lives with him? And whatever first Elvis song you heard that made you got into Elvis. But for me, it was Full House, Uncle Jesse, Aunt Becky's wedding. And it was also Uncle Jesse's performance as Elvis for the Rock and Roll Heaven show. I was going to say Rock and Roll Hell, but Rock and Roll Heaven show. But, like I said, this is Matthew Elvis, TCB, taking care of business in the flash. Signing off, and good night.